Mayo at bbc.co.uk, 3:26. What else is
Cold
there?
Comes the Night, which is directed by, I won't say Tse-Chun, but Zi-Chun, apparently, who made Children of Invention. Stars Alice Eve, most recently seen in Star Trek Into Darkness, and, of course, the centre of that great big scandal about that shot, which was apologised for. So the story is she's a motel proprietor. She's looking after a motel. She has a child. The social services say, you have to move away from here because this place is overrun with vice. And if you don't move away within 2 weeks, we will take your child away from you. Next thing that happens is Bryan Cranston turns up playing a Polish bagman come mobster who needs to retrieve an impounded vehicle and takes Alice Eve's character Chloe hostage in order to help him get it back. So it's heroine in peril. He thinks that he's dealing with just some ordinary woman, but oh no, here's a clip.
You want to know what I think?
No.
I think your employers don't know about your vision problem. I mean, there's not much demand for a blind guy whose only skill is killing people.
Very perceptive for a motel clerk.
What if I told you I knew where the money was? So either you leave here empty-handed and wait for the people whose money it is to come find you and do whatever it is they're going to do to you, which I'm guessing is something really bad. Or maybe you think about buying some time and taking your half of the money.
You have no idea how in over your head you are.
And you have no idea what it's like to have a child to feed and no place to go. I've been on my own since I was 15 years old, scrambling for cash, and nobody gives a And I'm not going to do that again, and I'm not going to do that to my daughter.
Little girl, you are being very reckless.
So you can hear from the music in the background, there's a kind of creepy, slightly horror-inflected thing going on there. But it's a very low-key drama. It's very chilly. I mean, actually, the look of the film is very chilly. And it works for me because I think Alice Eve is terrific in that lead role. She plays it very, very straight, very, very deadpan. She's, the hard-working single mum who is actually tougher than everybody else. And when suddenly presented with this absolutely horrendous situation, finds inner strength that she didn't know she had. It's certainly not groundbreaking. It's a small film with fairly small ambitions, and I imagine it would have a fairly small audience. But I thought she handled it very well. There's been quite a lot of attention from Bryan Cranston, obviously, who's is a very well-known cult figure at the moment. As you could hear from that clip, his accent is a little bit like that every now and then. I thought he was Russian at first, but he's Polish. But actually, I think the film works because Alice Eve does a really good job of playing this believable, slightly world-weary, but certainly not world-beaten character who, during the course of this increasingly oppressive ordeal, actually is the person who's starting to discover her own inner strength. And I like the idea that the film takes a scenario and turns it on its head. Particularly in that clip, which is lovely, when he says, "You don't know what you're getting into," and she says, "No, you're up against a single mother who's been on her own since she was 15. You have no idea what you're dealing with." As I said, it's a small film of small pleasures, but I did enjoy it, and I did think that she was really good, and I thought that she really carries the weight of the film. She's in almost every scene, and she does it pretty good. So a niche market film, but I enjoyed it.